Alright. If there's anyone, how's it going? I'm going well, a little sleepy. I haven't slept a lot these last few days. But research gotta go, okay? We gotta do some research. So while working today, I did a bit more research. So we should be able to go down our list. Probably not finish it because brain, but yeah, I added a couple of things. I don't remember which one I did yesterday or not. So we're just going to go back to the feature change and take a look. All right. So we did the eCryptFS thing, right? We did that together. Yeah, we were talking about NAND. Now I didn't read it off on stream because I didn't write that, okay? I wasn't on stream yesterday, I didn't write that. So let's read it. Support for AD, SPI NAND. Let's unpack this in reverse order. So NAND, of course, refers to the technology of chip that stores data. So your SSDs use NAND chips. SPI stands for Serial Peripheral Interface, which is a standard. Let's rewrite that. Then SPI, Serial Peripheral Interface, which is a standard. Let's put the which because I will always add it anyway. Which is a standard for data transmission that uses a low amount of bins. AD, also called octal DTR, specify the protocol mode. The protocol mode is split in 3 different parts. So we have the first part, which is command, second one, which is the command modifier, and the third, which is data. So here we could like put the text over each part. The number can either be 1 or 8, representing the number of bits of the interface, and the letter can either be S for single data rate or D for dual data rate. Now, this means that either you use one side of the clock edge or both sides of the clock edge. And here we can make the little explanation, the little like graph. Right, we know what a clock edge is. Well, to be honest, before reading it yesterday, I probably didn't. So this is a clock edge, and this is a clock edge. So we're asking, are we only like doing we're doing it when we're going up, or we're doing it when we're going down and when we're going up? So that's what DDR stands for. So yeah. This patch adds support for AD where only 1S was compatible. Some bench were made to compare the two. Good to see for IoT. And when we look at the bench, we see the plus 50% performance, which is cool. And I have this little image to have an idea of what an SPI chip looks like. And the one that I want to show is the 1 gig one. God damn, am I retarded? Hey, it was at the start. Are you fucking kidding me? Did I skip it? I did. I did skip it. Yeah, so that one is the one that I want to show because it's only used bins. So, like just this small ass chip, this absolutely sends the message. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I researched it today, which is nullifs. So let's just read. To understand what nullifs is, we need to understand a little about how init ramfs works. So in most Linux systems, you will use an init ramfs to start your system. It contains the basic binaries and scripts that allows for your partition to be mounted and the system to start correctly. Once we are done with the init ramfs, we need to issue a switch root command, which is essentially a big hack that will delete everything from the init ramfs in order to move the root over to the disk that was mounted by init ramfs. Now, nullifs fixes this well, it's that hack, not this hack, or nobody gives a fuck. Fixes that by providing a true root, from which the init ramfs I should probably say sudo file system nullifs. Okay. From which the init ramfs can mount itself. This allows us to use the pivot root as we can cleanly unmount the init ramfs. I don't know if I want to go deeper into this, but I find it cool. Anyway, so that's nullifs. Oh yeah, I wanted to put the link. Here we go. All right. Next up, sneeze mode. All right. I didn't read what the time slice extension is. Maybe I should. Bro, fuck this. Okay. This one is a big one. And we're actually going to go into it because I have no clue if it's going to happen or not. Like, there is a non-zero chance that we see this shit go up. So, okay. Let me just... I want to set up everything to be able to explain it. Again, I was at work when I did this, so... Oh shit, that wasn't there? Okay, my daughter is still coughing. I fucking hate this. Anyway. Alright. Let's set this up. So we know that there are multiple preemption model in the kernel. So let's just explain a few things. I'm going to sneeze. Ah. I'll survive. Alright, there is multiple preemption model in the kernel. So the way that preemption work on Linux is that you have these preemption model, preemption mode that you set your kernel or that you can choose at boot that will essentially reconfigure when your kernel can actually be cut off by the user space. So when can the user space enter whenever some kernel space thing is running. So the different options, let's just go down the list. There's server, which is preempt none. This one is pretty much, unless explicitly stated by the kernel that you should just be able to run whatever the fuck at this point, it won't let you. So the kernel always has some kind of priority over the core. Now, hello MBE. Wow, maybe I should. I'm lucky, I've got MBE. How's it going? How's it going today? By the by, my daughter's still coughing. I fucking hate this. She's a little demon. But I read your comments. Yeah, I got the message for SPI, that's for sure. We read through this yesterday, you saw it anyway. So, I know what it means. Kind of okay. Okay, that could be worst. I guess, did you have some, did you see some people lately? I mean, it's kind of the time for that, right? So, I would assume that your social battery is probably drained. Could be worse. That's a good way to see it. I saw my doctor this morning. I hope that it wasn't anything negative. Oh, I think I know. It was, well, not much we can do. Just wait. Was it? Nothing new on COVID. Alright, that's, yeah. That ain't good. But hey, I guess it could be worse, of course, but it's not a fun state of affair, let's put it that way. I also, talking about the comments, I read them all, okay? And your daughter is just calling you, or does she have... No, she's just calling me. She's okay. I mean, like, of course it's, like, kids are bright, right? They're good at co-opting your brain. Like, in my brain, when I look at her, I'm like, you're just coughing when I put you in the bed. And it's not as if, like, we're not back in the fucking 1920s where you're like, asbestos bed and, radium fucking oxygen and, uranium pacifiers. Like, we're not at that point, okay? The bed is very clean. She's in a warm, not too warm room. She's got her little blankie, her little blanket. She's got her little friend. But no, I think she just knows. She realized that whenever she was sick, I would just run up to her, because I know that when she was sick and she was starting to cough, it could be because she just puked. So, yeah, she's a smart little one. Yeah, that's like, kids are fucking smart. That's for sure. They're very smart, but it's annoying. But it is what it is. Yep, crying wasn't working. She found something else. That's true. That's true. But hey, like, we win some and we lose some. Like, my daughter is pretty late at talking, so she doesn't talk a lot. But now she talks more and more, so it's very fun to, like, count. Count with her and say words and her saying it back. It's fun, so I'm starting to, like, have fun with that. But, yeah. I mean, she's almost... What is she, 2.5 now? Well, she's getting to the half, but... So, yeah. It's about fucking time. It's about time that she speaks. But yeah. I had something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, you said, don't hold on the crazy shit to get viewers. I know, don't worry. the reason why I was saying that, it's not like I wasn't saying that you prevented me from doing dumb shit. It's just that I would probably go insane talking to myself and knowing that nobody was on the other side for like hours and hours. So I would get to a point where I would just do dumb shit. But like, I don't seek that out. It's not as if I'm like, yes, I want to. For now, I want to be focused. So yeah, one day we'll get to the dumb shit. But for now, we're good. So essentially, just to TLDR you for what I've talked about for like the 5 minutes before you came in. So I've talked about the flash that we were talking about. So I described it in kind of a better way where I lay out how we read this. I lay out the name, which is octal DTR. So we read it by having first the command, second the comment modifier, then the data. The number can either be 1 or 8, that represent the length of the interface, and then we have the letter, which either S or D, so S single data rate or dual data rate. I'll talk about the edge clock, just the clock's edge, just to make it clear that we're talking about like a, well, I don't think that a waveform is the right name, but oh, red is probably not it. But like, that we're talking about when it goes down and up, or just when it goes up, right? Anyway, so I covered that. Now there's null fs too, which is kind of fun, which essentially in Linux, we don't have a slash before the slash. So when you mount initramfs, it is your slash. So it means that when you need to switch to the real fs and not the initramfs, you're kind of screwed and you need to do a bunch of dumb shit like deleting all the data one by one and then reloading it elsewhere, which is done automatically by switch root, but switch root is like a ugly ack. So essentially they added nullfs. Nullfs is going to be the ultimate slash, the true root. So initramfs will mount itself there, and whenever you mount other things to your system, it can be mounted to that nullfs. So then you can unmount initramfs through standard means. So that's a cool thing. Now that we're back in the loop, we can talk about the next thing. I'll yap about it, and then I'll write about it. Nullfs, the place where you hide your Ackery stuff. Well, it's the place that you create so that you don't have to do the Ackery, which is very cool, because the like the initialization, it like seems very simple, but it's full of dark magic, and nullfs actually allows us to make things way the fuck easier for anybody like making up an init pretty much. So yeah, it's very cool. Anyway, we were at preemption because in 6.13 I think, yep, 6.13 we added lazy preempt, which was a big thing, but now we're pushing and it's becoming very cool. So quick refresher on preemption. So preemption is the ability to get something off the core of a CPU. So you've got a process, let's say process A, and process B wants to run. Or, well, more precisely, something from the kernel running, and you've got process B that wants to go onto it. So when can it jump on the core? When should we allow it to do that? Should we even allow it to do that? Those questions are answered through preemption. So yeah, just to make this simple, the ability to get the fuck off the core is preemption. So removing K for B is preemption. Okay. Now, the way that it works since the start of the kernel probably not, but who gives a fuck, is that we have these different modes that do way different things. So we have preempt none, which is server mode, which essentially says, unless the kernel explicitly says that at this specific point we release like all management, just do your thing, you cannot preempt. So when I say release all management, you do your thing, I'm talking about specifically const resched. So const resched is a specific command that is sprinkled through the kernel in places where we know that there's a long hold. So if you're supposed to wait a long time doing nothing, you're going to put that there in order to make something else run so that everything is smooth, and that will work even in preempt none. Now, one step further is preempt voluntary, which essentially adds those two commands that do the same thing as const resched. So now might sleep and might resched becomes const resched. So this now allows us to, well, skip to preempt at more places. So that's traditionally been desktop mode, preempt voluntary, but lately lazy mode has actually taken over. So it means that technically, if you're using a desktop right now, you should be using lazy mode. Now, preempt lazy, what it does is it not only applies where voluntary applies, but it also applies a lot of things that were normally used for the low latency desktop, low latency kernel. Now, the way that this works is that for now, we've only talked about specific command in the kernel code that explicitly states, hey, you can jump off the core at this specific point. What lazy adds is that there is a bunch of other places where you can actually just jump off the core, and it would make sense. So these places, just to give some example, when you return from a system call, so when you have a system call that is finished, it is reasonable for us to say, well, we're technically coming back to user space, so why not give it to another user that called it? So that's one thing that we can do. There's also, if we use call within calls, of course, that would be another place where we can do this. I believe that they named interrupts. Those would be other places where if you're having an interrupt, why the fuck not have some preemption at that point? So all of those can be tweaked and think about, where you can say, general rule, whenever this happen, whenever you return to user space, or whenever you do that specific like task movement, you should allow preemption. So if a process requests the core, you can let it go. So lazy, the big difference that it has with preempt full is that preempt full is going to kind of put this and go to the extreme. So they're going to check everywhere where it's technically possible to do it, and they're going to enable it. So this means that preempt full might actually lose some performance because it won't allow a performance heavy task to actually just go through. So lazy, on the other side, is trying to be tweaked to be less aggressive, so to not have that loss of performance that we associate with preempt full. So that's the basics. And if we go one step further, because it's probably important that I talk about it as well, preempt RT, so a real-time kernel, that's actually one step further than preempt full. So preempt full, you could say that yes, they're going a little bit crazy by telling you that you can preempt pretty much anywhere, but real time is another step where your brain flows out of your skull and you're becoming unhinged to the point where traditional plays that would normally be impossible to preempt become preemptable just because. We're going to rewrite code slower, shittier, to make sure that things are preemptable. So that's real time. So real time is we're going way the fuck all out, making sure that it's always preemptable. Full is saying, let's not get crazy, but we want it to be pretty much always preemptable. And lazy is, let's just be reasonable. Let's be reasonable, guys. So now that I yapped about all of this, what even the point is of adding something like preempt lazy, right? Why did they do this? I think it's 2 years ago. God damn, I covered this and it's 2 years ago. This shit has been running for some time. So, why did they have preempt lazy? The idea is that these two are broken because they require devs that shouldn't give a shit about where things are preemptable to care about where things are preemptable. So for example, if I'm the dev for a file system, I now need to give a shit about where to put these conrescad, or I'm going to have another dev tell me, you need to put these conrescad into the code if we want things to be optimal. So this means that there's probably a bunch of places where this is put and it shouldn't, or the other way around, a bunch of places where this is not put where it should. So this is overall just a bad way to go about it, right? It feels bad to have this be the way, where you have to put these commands, either conrescad or might sleep or might rescad, in order to get shit to work. So lazy, the idea was we're going to tweak something that's not full preempt, but that's like just pulled back a little bit, where if we do it correctly, we would be able to completely remove these two, and at the end, the target, the goal, is to fully remove conrescad and its subcommands. So no need to know everything about how the kernel like scheduled memory and all of that shit. If you're an FS dev, you don't need to give a shit about that anymore, which would be awesome. Now, all of that sounds very freaking cool. There's some issues. Issue number uno. Preempt dynamic. I should talk about this, you're right. Preempt dynamic is actually a compound mode that allows you to select at start your preempt. So I probably have the same thing because most Linux are actually configured that way, to my knowledge. So yeah, preempt dynamic. So whenever I boot, my preemption could be selected by a boot argument. I don't remember the name, but anyway, we can actually check which one we have. But when you have the preempt like this, I believe normally it would default to voluntary, but since then it should default to lazy, since it exists. At least that's what the guys that are doing it from the kernel are telling you to do. All right, that's the wrong place to check this. All right. Alright, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Oh. Do we still have proc? Oh, right. Okay, it's not there. RIP? What's the article? Bro, I'm not getting into fucking probes for preemption. Are you, like, mentally ill? Anyway. Linux default preemption. No, it's not none. Fucking hell. Where do you get that information? Bro. Oh my god. In config.gz, I don't think that is it because it's an EFI? Alright, fuck this. Anyway. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I have that. Isn't there a proc kconfig thing? No. Config? Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. We're good, we're good. gzip. We're gonna send that to grep, which... Is that how we use grep? I fucking hope so. We're trying to do preempt. That... Oh my god, I hate this. I hate the command line so much these days. God damn. Oh, it's -D, of course. Are you brain dead? How can it not be zipped? We're not talking about the same thing then. Bro, let's use a fucking browser. Oh, man. Not what I want. Proc. Where's the config? C. Config.gz. Open with. Kate. Okay. It was simple, okay? We just needed to not be retarded. Okay, it's the capital. So preempt build. So we don't have preempt none. We have preempt voluntary. Preempt dynamic. Oh, I'm on an old kernel, am I? I'm on 12, so lazy didn't exist yet. Nice one. Okay. Yeah, it didn't exist yet. Okay. But yeah, essentially it's voluntary, okay? Dynamic is not one. It would be voluntary and lazy that you probably have. And you are currently running one of them. Yep. All right. Okay. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the downsides. Okay. So downside. No. Yes, downside. Downside number 1, which is important. Okay, important. We need to listen up. So downside number 1 is that, surprisingly enough, not all architectures have preemption. So preemption as a concept doesn't exist for the Motorola 68000, for Alphas, for Hexagon CPUs. So all of those architectures, and also Linux, it's User Space Management Linux or something. Anyway, Linux doesn't have, well, it doesn't have preemption as well. So all of those are unable to have these things. So this means that whenever we're doing change for preemption for everybody else, we have to keep in mind that there's a bunch of retards that won't be able to run correctly if we start removing these. So that's probably going to be something that I'll talk about in the video, where I'll yap a little bit about how we should remove all old versions, because that's what I believe anyway. Second thing is that for a long time, let me phrase this better. The order in which things happen is very important in a computer. So having the fact that this happens there, this happens there, this can be interrupted. So there might be something over here, but this happens there, and this happens there. The fact that nothing can get in between these is important and is sometimes taken for granted, because most servers are going to run a preempt none. But there is an issue, is that as soon as we remove these cond resched, as soon as we start making some fundamental change to the code, we are in a situation where we need to remove the none version, or else nobody will be able to do something in these regions, right? Nobody will be able to jump on the core because cond resched is not there to let you preempt, and nothing else is going to let you preempt, so you're screwed, I guess? So we are in a situation where not only are we saying we're going to phase out preempt none and preempt voluntary, but we actively need to remove them before we do that. We cannot leave them as an option, because if we do, we leave people in a system that will be broken because it won't be able to preempt at places where it's really fucking should. So now, I think I'm like yapping 2 different points at the same time. I'm going all over the place. I'm sorry. So now, another issue. Fuck. Phrasing is bad. Anyway, we'll write it down and it will be better. Okay. The gold issue that I want to talk about here is that we take for granted that this will never be interrupted. But in the new system, well, it could be. right? There could be preemption here. So what happens is that if you have something like PostgreSQL that has a very optimized way of working, and for some reason, let's say that you do a config not correctly, and you are using like pages that are too small, and you're essentially just slamming some part of the Linux kernel with request. Well, now, the fact that it can be interrupted there can become a huge issue. Like, a thing that before would, like, just be a bad config and you would lose, like, 5% performance can become a 50% performance loss because it was never expected that there could be a hole here. So now, I'm speaking, I'm yapping. Does this actually happen? Yes, it does. Okay, let's just cut to it. It did. Okay, so there was that guy, Salvatore Di Pietro, that I'm going to say good thing and I'm going to yell, but he did some testing with the RC1 and he came out not the fuck long ago, 2 days ago. All right, so I'm fresh on this. All right. And he's like, hey, brothers, we're kind of losing 50% performance because we've got a lock that is like breakdancing on the dance floor since we have this new preempt lazy. And this doesn't happen when we're on preempt none. So here, there's two reactions. Reaction number one would be to panic, which is based. There's three reaction, okay? Well, number one is to panic, very based. Number two is to be that guy, okay? So before I read it, this is Peter Z. Let's call him that way because Peter is he's that name I'm not going to be able to say. Anyway, Peter Z, he's essentially the biggest pusher of preempt lazy and of all of the change in preemption. He's essentially the guy for the last 2-3 years at least that has been yelling at the top of his lung that we need this and that we're going to be able to get this done. And he's been making the cover, like, he's the guy, all right? He's invested. So he sees this report and his answer, This is a little bit of an unhinged answer. The fix here is to make PostgreSQL make use of rsec slice extension. Now, let's just finish. That should limit the exposure to the lock holder preemption unless PostgreSQL is doing something seriously egregious. Okay. Some seriously egregious things. Now, why is this unhinged? Okay, it's people all outside yelling, not my daughter. I'm okay. All right. Why is this unhinged? Why do we care about this answer? Is because rsec slice extension fucking came out this release. Bro. What? Like, can we be real for a moment? This guy is seriously saying, you've got a 50% regression on your software there. You should have used a thing that didn't exist yet. No. So that's a nice fucking meme, all right? That's a nice one. So I read that and I died a little bit inside. Now, this guy, Andres Friend, he's a good guy, all right? And he points it out. He's like, maybe we should but requiring the use of a new low-level facility that was introduced in the 7.0 kernel to address a regression that exists only in 7.0 seems not great. So, okay. Very based. But here, this guy embodies the third possible option, okay? The third possible option is to actually understand what the fuck is going on and not just panic or not just react. So he actually goes in and thinks about it and like does his little diagnosis thing. And what he does is he essentially realizes that he doesn't have the issue on his side unless he does something seriously retarded, which is disable. I think it's here that he talks about it, which is disable huge pages. So essentially what this benchmark highlighted is not a real failure in the software itself. It highlighted that if you abuse the kernel by using 4K pages for literally gigabytes of shit. How much gigabyte is that stuff? It's like 100. I skipped it. I'm blind. Where is it written? Does he not put it there or? Anyway, it's retarded. That's the point. We're like talking about hundreds of gigs. So, like, not a good idea, okay? Not a good idea to manage hundreds of gigs of shit not using huge pages. But, so, just to focus, okay? I'm having a hard time focusing today. To focus. We're talking about somebody having a wrong config that normally would yield them a small like decrease in performance, but that now becomes a huge decrease in performance now that you've enabled, well, that that feature, that brain, what's the fucking name? Lazy preemption. So there's probably going to be a shitload of these that will show up, right? That's going to happen. We're going to have to show a lot of this. This will become a thing. But it needs to happen, right? It needs to happen. We need to get on with the project. We need to get to a place where we don't have con rescat. So yeah, that's my apps. Those are my apps. Oh, you actually copied the whole freaking config, so I have a copy of it. Cool. I'll steal it. All right. Cool. So here we have an example. Config arch has preempt lazy. Yep. So here, just with that, we know that the default should be preempt. What? Preempt lazy, sorry. Or not? Oh, it says config preempt is not set. I think we're not talking about the right section. Or maybe it's just not set everywhere, so you're at the default. Yeah. Deactivate not prime, please. Anyway. It should actually give you the choice between the three, but maybe it depends on the distro. But hey, who cares? So, like, that's a big thing. But it's kind of dumb for me to do a big research if it's going to be stripped from the kernel. Oh, maybe we can check. Oh, well, would Linus even know about this? Would Linus know about this now? We're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. Linus is receiving calls from his home. He's just eating supper. He's like, there's some loss of performance, Linus! Linus! Alright. No big surprise this week, RC7 continues the trend of being somewhat larger than usual, but without anything that really stands out or looks worrisome. But without anything that really stands out or looks worrisome. About half the patch is drivers, GPU, networking, USB, and sound are probably the biggest contributors, and all looks very normal. The rest looks pretty regular too, with core networking and kernel fixes, and file system work, and various other bits and pieces, self-test, arch fixes, documentation, and crypto. This looks set for a final release next weekend. Thank you. But please keep testing. Easter Bunny is watching. Yes. Okay. We can do a quick confirmation on Git. Just to make sure that he didn't, like, fucking stripe that shit off. Oh, we wouldn't see it there, but we would see it... brain. It's like kernel, and there's a specific place for preemption. Maybe it's in sched. Shit. Oh, where is this? Where do we talk about preemption? If only we had the tool that indexes the whole kernel that allow to link. Yes. Yes. How many times will you have to write it? Oh man, no, I fucking suffer. And the problem is, it's always like a big fucking waste of my time to look into this, but... Oh, that's what I'm searching for. Alright. So here we have the actual push. I'll need to keep a link of this. The message redacted. Oh no. So, yeah. Okay. So it's not been reversed since. But we're gonna have to keep an eye out. Anyway. So as you can see, it's a big fucking thing. Let's put it in featured, okay? Alright. I don't want to start with that as a feature because that's kind of heavy. My problem is I just find everything boring this release. It's insane. Okay, let's go one thing at a time. Let's put the RC7 up in here so that we have a copy of it. All right. Not in bold, please. Okay. Here we have the RC7. Thank you. Now, let's just focus on one featured, and we're going to make the other afterward. Who gives a fuck? Preempt none. And what the fuck just happened? Can I not? Alright, that's fucking disgusting. God damn, sometimes life is hard. Still can still. Makes sense. Which distro do you run? Because they don't follow the standards. Weird. Okay, preempt none and preempt voluntary removed. Plasma neon KDE. Okay, you're talking about, just to be sure. When you say plasma neon, it's the Ubuntu thing, right? So it's the Ubuntu divergence from KDE. Unless I'm retarded. Why would you want this in a container? Holy. Anyway. Okay, yeah. Alright. Look in Discord. I'm looking. Oh, fuck. That's, that looks almost schizophrenic. But it's just because it's formatted like shit on my side. Oh, that's your laptop. I was like, not a lot of memory in there. Alright, alright. That's all good? Okay, okay. Enough. We need to focus. Did you copy another thing? You did. Is it the same thing, but it just formatted differently? It's always going to... It's okay. It's okay. We don't care, okay? Let's not care about this. Okay. No, I tried to reformat it. Don't waste your time. It's my computer, okay? It's me, not you. All right. Let's write, please check if removed before publishing. Okay. That's a good rule of thumb. Okay. Okay. So. I've learned from, well, I already knew, but I've learned last video that writing too much text is absolutely useless. You just sent the picture. Holy shit. Okay. Thank you. Now I can read it for real, but this was frustrating you. Anyway. ADHD in full blast. True. Okay. Last video I learned that putting too much text is useless because I don't read it. I just put it in my own words. So let's just put in a bunch of pointers. So we need to first explain preempt, how cond resched. Let's just copy it so that we have the how cond resched, and also are needed. Need that lazy preempt was added to make possible the removal the issues arch that are not preempt. Okay. Capable of preempt. And here we can say alpha hexagon and why do I go from memory? Because I know them from memory. God damn it. Okay. Okay, I can quote. First of all, that's a great ass source, okay? Because it points to all of these. And these are cool too. Anyway, let's just link this first. Picture good, text bad. Alright. Arch are not capable of preempt. Okay, now there's a couple of things that I wanted to yap about in there. Is that Linus, like, we can see Peter is there. He's there, okay? He's holding. Oh, really? They added preempt in UM. I didn't read that correctly. Okay, another piece of fallout from this discussion is to push to enable preempt on all architecture. Currently, Alpha Hexagon, M68K Classic, and UML don't support preempt. By the way, we hear when you read VS, when you explain in the video, explain this better. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, it took me a long time to read. I agree because I'm like giga mechanical when I read. But sometimes it's very hard for me to put pointers correctly, to be able to not read and to have the full concept in my mind. So I'm trying different things. But what I would want to do, like my target for this video is to have like 3 featured things. And if I can get like 30% of the viewers to stay to those 3 featured thing, I'll be happy. Okay. So, called supported. UML is a bit more complicated, but even so, there's a patch added limited support for preempt. over. Okay, so that's the okay, so what I want to see, sorry, let me close all of that, open that back up, because I've read through these. Linus has actually shown some interest here. Okay. So here I should probably quote. Sorry, I'm thinking too much. So Linus has already Nostalgia Club. True. Linus has already shown that he was open to the idea of making preemption mandatory I guess mandate. Yeah, okay. This has already shown that he was open to the idea of making preemption mandatory. And possibly remove the and fucking out, remove the arch that are not compatible. Okay, so let's just quote that shit out. Cool. So now I'll have a quote for this. Now the second thing that we want to talk about is to highlight okay. Brain, holy. Let's remove some tabs. Too much tabs. "16 times the same thing. Bro. Chill." Okay. So that's a thing. There was a report of SQL having major regressions with the new with cramped lazy in 7.0 RC1. Let's quote this. Let's give it a little bit more fuel. So the root we can laugh. No T for laugh? I guess we can laugh a bit about the... Maybe insane is not the right word. The answer from... I don't know, I should learn how to say his name. Which is the main proponent of these preemption changes. Okay, second thing would be the actual source of the issue wasn't preempt lazy. It was the fact it was huge. Hello, Cardian. Hey, long time, Cardian. How's it going? It was the huge pages being disabled, which exacerbated the with which lowered performance. When preempt lazy is enabled, it just exacerbates the bad config. Okay. Hello, Rust. Happy that you're opening a can. Cardian, you need to stop removing the message. Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? I saw that you worked a lot. Okay? I don't know, Cardian, were you there where everybody was fucking with me? No! I'm not... Cardian, if you were not there, I'm not triggered at you. It's just that at least Rust and MBE fucked with me by retracting all of their message for the full fucking chat, okay? And they're doing this all the time. So I cannot read any shit. But hey, happy that you're here. I hope that the work is not having a toll on you. Rust being Rust. Alright. So, okay. This is removed, blah blah blah. Fuck arches. Oh, good times. Good times, indeed. Okay, so that's all good. That's all good. I think I've yapped enough about this. Okay. Do we have anything else that we want to talk about? Scheduler-wise. No. Work queues. God damn. Why do you guys come so late? My brain is off now. Having too much on my hands means life is working as expected. True. 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 Did you talk about this yet? About the crown? What's the problem? About Rust? I'm confused. But yes, having too much is Fuck, I won't be able. You say yes, I said two things. Holy shit. Rust. No, I haven't talked about Rust. I am number one. MB, you're not number one. You're the fucking, like... You're the emperor of the chat. You're like, cut his head, and we don't even ask questions. You literally have the sword. So, anyway. Rust. We can take a look. Oh, wow. Okay, so Rust is not experimental. Wow. What a fucking surprise. Okay, cool. Nah. Rust has been fucking with me a lot, but not that much, okay? So, whew. Rustard are going to be triggered. The crown is pay to win. How is it pay to win? He didn't pay shit. But okay. Guardian, you would be actual, like, you would be up there, that's for sure. Well, I'm saying you didn't pay shit. Maybe you donated at some time, I don't remember. Oh, then where is the dono button? Oh, well, if you're asking for... I don't know, do I still have monetization? I think I do. Never donated. That's alright. I'm like a very, I don't have the right word, but ingrat. Oh, it's real chat message. Or char message that works too. Yeah, I got people donating to me. I don't even send them messages. Probably should. Probably should if I want to fucking make more. Char, yes, char star messages. That's, you know what? If ever I make an alternative chat, which will happen one day, okay? It will be called char star. That sounds like a, or no, let's be more unhinged. Like char star star. More unhinged. Okay, we need to keep it and make it worst. Anyway. Fuck, my brain is mush. My brain is just mush. We're gonna have to finish this tomorrow. Oh man, we're getting close to it. How many days do I have for this shit? So Wednesday is going to be the actual day that I'll film this. Let's hope that I don't fuck this up. Yep, they do. You have it enabled on your second channel. Are you asking? Because it cannot be enabled. Like... I literally cannot. Like, we can take a look. I got nothing to fear. Besides the fact that my latest subscriber is a fucking onion. And I've got 22 subs, okay? But no, if I go on earn, I need more subs and a bunch more viewers. So, yeah. Like, it shouldn't look like that. We can switch account and show. Wow. Like, it looks like that. Wow. You're getting paid, bitch. Okay, so my primary channel is now the live streaming one. Okay. That's fair. That's very fair. It took 6 days to compile for me. Poor guy. On what is he compiling? So if I recall correctly, you want us to create bots? True! Let me log in on my 9. Yes! Guardian, I need it. I need it. I'll get fucking nuke off this earth if I... Don't do this, please. Don't do this. No, monetization is cool. It's cool. It's free money. Like, does it show how much? Where does it show? God damn. It fell off. Alright. But it's still free money. Who gives a fuck? But like in a year... Can I have the yearly thing? Like, it's not that bad. It's in USD, guys. It's in USD. Let's show 2025. Boom! Big money. Yippee! God damn. The fact that my, like, biggest video, money-wise, is Linux from nothing, kind of kills me. Oh, man. Why? Oh my god, clickbait fucking works. I hate my life. Why am I looking at this? Did you include it in your taxes? Yes, but what's fun is... Wait a minute. Okay, maybe I was not able to offset it completely. But last year I bought the camera. So a big Lumix G85. I think that's the name. 85? 65? I don't remember. So I could offset that. There was a couple of equipment that I bought. Well, hi. So yeah, I like my channel. I'm spending all the money that I'm making, but it's cool to have like this money. The internet connection in the office space. I could, but there is a really it's a dangerous thing to do when it's not your full-time job. So like if I showed you my tax return, it already looks sus, okay? If I were the CRA, if I were the Canadian Revenue Agency, I would, okay? I would absolutely fucking investigate me. It's all legit, okay? I'm not making any fraud, but I would be like, are you fucking kidding me? So, yeah. I would, let's not stretch it too much. Like, I don't want to, like, there's some things that are okay to justify, like you show your receipt and that's good. There are other things that you're like, if I have to justify that, we might become retarded. It might become a dumb connection, a dumb discussion. And the internet connection and office space, that would be one of them. So, 36 bucks for EXT. Well, we could look at the whole series, but EXT3 and H3 are like the most useless videos. So, 50 bucks, well, 60, and, well, 70. Okay. 75 bucks for, what were those? Like, fucking, I burn at least 2 months, 2 invested months of my life in those, okay? Yeah. That doesn't feel good. But anyway. Like, I don't know. Did I delete the old shit? No. I didn't, I guess. Oh, it's locked to 2025. So more NFN needed to finance the next EXT video. I would. It's just boring. Like, it's boring for me. Okay. I hate making shit that is slop. Like, I think that one of my nightmare, like, if you were to, like, wake me up and I'm in another life, the one where I'm Brody, I would kill myself. I would, okay? To be like the disinformation fucking connoisseur. No. I'll die. Not boring for viewers if we believe the stats. I don't give a fuck, right? It's like in politics. If somebody like finds Fox News entertaining, good for them. It's still garbage and it shouldn't exist. So, like there's these things that are just true because they're true. You can make a video about Guardian is about to fucking make me blow the fuck up. What about the channel who talks about German horse? You know what? I would prefer be Londuke. Because if I woke up tomorrow in Londuke's body, how much could I stretch this shit? You could make a video about Brazilian oranges. I thought about it today. I don't remember why I thought about Brazilian oranges, but think about it today. I fucking love the idea of pitching this to Canadians, okay? I fucking love the idea to it. If I were doing like Canadian politics and I had like a viewership, I would absolutely fucking sell it, okay? I would find some company that sells them, okay? You would absolutely be doing some fraud here, some backroom deals with me. And yes, the propaganda is working. Okay, Rust. I need to go back because Rust is probably logged the fuck in. Yes, I would prefer being Londuke. Think about it. Think about the possibilities. You've got all of these Trump-tard, like illiberal brain rot, okay? They're all there. They hear you. And you can steer them slowly into whatever retarded position you can. You could go deep with that, right? You could go deep. How retarded do you think you could bring it? Oh, you're not going to miss much. I'm going to, but bye-bye, Guardian. Love you. But like, Russ, think about it. Think about it. Like, could you do like, oh, there's this Linux event. Let's go like without pants or like something fucking unhinged. Like I'm sure you could push it. I'm sure you could push it and have somebody on the sex registry, okay? I'm sure you could. This, like those people have no brain. I would be in. Or maybe, oh yeah, I couldn't because, oh, Londuke is not Canadian, so he could. Like, I would push them in, like, crazy ways. Like, I would try my hand at Holocaust denial, full-blown, okay? I would just do it for the lols, okay? If we can... That would be funny, okay? Anyway. I am an horrible person, alright? I am the chief horrible person. Do I have 2024? Lifetime! Oh boy. Let's just look at this before. 2,000 bucks. I feel like I've had more. But it's probably because... It's probably because that's in US. Maybe start with a parody. Well, yes, of course you would start slow, right? But like I would do some major fucking damage to whoever the fuck is aligned with that retard. Like, and it's same thing in politics, right? If you're reincarnated in some right-wing retard, it's time that you go full fucking blown, and that you make sure that your audience, well, I couldn't say becomes brain dead, but anyway. That was an insane vid, I gotta say. You gotta love this one. Like, it has as much views as my city has population. So that's a big one. That's a big one. I felt it. Like, I remember talking with family, and they're like, "What the fuck do you do?" And I'm like, "I did this." Oh, like, how many views? Like 10? No, like, about as many people as the city. We're a little bit like, what the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck happened? Anyway. Wait, so you have to see his latest GitHub repo. Oh, no. Okay, I'll do this and then I fuck off, because right now I have... Lon... Duke. I guess on the journal I would be able to find the Git. Where to hang out? X? Are you fucking kidding me? He doesn't have a Discord? Oh, man. Wait. So, okay, the reason why I'm surprised is because whenever these retards don't have Discords, that means that they probably tried to talk with their audience, like one-to-one, and they realize that they're all fucking retards and fucking hate it. Anyway. Oh no. Which one are you talking about? They both seem retarded. Tracking political stance of a political project. Can I be there? Do I push a commit? Do I fucking send a commit in? With the project and saying that I'm a fucking leftard? And how the fuck is Microsoft woke? I should fucking send my name in. Holy shit, that would be funny. Like the first non... if my name is up here, that would be insane. Oh my god. How the fuck is Microsoft, Red Hat, GNOME, KDE, Linux Foundation, Pledge fealty to the UN? What? This guy is cooking with... I like how he added... Oh my god, that's so retarded. I didn't even think about it. Holy shit. Linux kernel? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm... No. I am one of them. Are you fucking kidding me? What's the... Bro. Oh my god, he's so retarded. Like, he's falling for... He knows that... He knows that Linus fucking hates communists. Like, when he says that, he's literally saying, you're a fucking retard. Your brain is leaking out. Anyway. Oh yeah, I am. That's true. Leadership's a person. Like, this is all retarded. Attacks Long Duke as a Fox News of Foss. Oh, that's good. Celebrate Pride's Month. God damn. No, but that's a. I need to be on that list. God damn. Can I have my face in there? Okay, non-woke. Are you fucking kidding me? So this is his super team, right? This is his team of winners. And this is his team of losers, quote unquote. Right? You know what? Just like in politics, I'll take a trans dick up the ass if it means having this instead of this. I'll take it. Okay, I'm not gay, but I'll be gay for half an hour. I'll be rammed if I can not have this and have this. Are you fucking kidding me? Who looks... Well, I look at that stuff, but who stars this? Who puts this on watch? I need to... Oh, I'll make a commit to this shit. I don't want to lose SQL life. No, it's... Like, if we look into it, we will probably see that it's something else. The rules. First of all, love the Lord God with your whole heart, whole soul, your whole strength. Okay. And is this like a real fucking thing? Okay, okay. Okay. The SQLite guys might be a little cooked. Might be... Yeah, okay. They might be a little bit on the... One might say... Temple OS side of things. But anyway. It also might be. Like, who created it? Like, maybe it's the biggest fucking leftard ever. And he's just memeing his ass. Oh no, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Oh no. Doesn't look good, folks. Okay. It was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. Grew up in the suburb. Okay. Do we have anywhere where we talk about religion? He's married. Okay. Okay. Okay, he might be cooked. He might be cooked. What do you mean, two guys? They're not the... Oh, there's two people that made it? But look, doesn't matter that he's a like a religious zealot. I mean, I've talked to people that were like Jehovah's Witnesses and they were correct. With the website stating the project does not accept patches from people who have not submitted an affidavit dedicating their contribution into the public domain. Okay. We were close to that one. Instead of a code of conduct, okay, it's a code of ethics. Are we retarded? It's a code of ethics? Where do we even find this? Wait. Home. Where is the code of ethics? License? Support? There is one that created it, and second one is paying, and that's all. DS base, free SQL. Well, yeah, the opportunity to get a lot of money. Yeah, like it's okay if he's a zealot, but like I have no fucking clue how we find this, right? Because I'm not. Am I retarded? Like it seems to be a bit hard to find. Like, I mean, if it's not something that is essentially shown and given, and it's a code of ethic, do I give a fuck? Like, do I find it cringe? Yes, it is very fucking cringe. But and also, he says that it's a code of conduct, but it's not a code of conduct, it's a code of ethics. It's written in the title. And he posted this? Okay, so I guess this is in the latest release? That's how we know? Code. Or not? Alright. One of the rule is chastise the body. We need to write the code to do that. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, it's a nice meme. It's a nice meme. But you see, you could get them pushed pretty far. Look, I don't know when we're gonna have something ready, but whenever I want to like make a fucking unhinged publicity stunt and yell at people, I'll do this, okay? I'll fully fucking start publishing shit on his Git. I'll fucking fork his shit and send commits. I'll spam him. Don't forget the issues. Oh, that would be so good. The issues. I'm not there. I want to be the leftard. And maybe you can come in the comments of the issue and say like, yeah, He's a leftist. He voted liberal, okay? You know he's a Canadian. Anyway. Okay, that was a fun little thing, but I really need to go. Holy shit, I won't have time for anything. No, I mean, it got spam. Oh, yeah, of course. That too. Anyway, I need to fuck off. Bye-bye, okay? Love you. Love you all. Bye-bye.